Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today for this lunchtime exclusive live stream premiere for Frequency 2021. It's Threshold's first live stream, so this is going to be an interesting one, and thank you so much for those who've already hopped on and joined in to this stream today, right through from Italy to Lincoln to London. Welcome everybody. Yes, we're streaming live from Mosaic Digital Hub. It's a new co-working space for digital and tech businesses in the city and really represents where this beautiful place is going, and we're really grateful to Mosaic for helping us host here. Alongside me will be Samantha Lindley, and she is over at St Mary Le Wigford Church in Lincoln, and we'll be going through to her very, very soon. So I wanted to just start off really about thinking about how strange this moment is where I'm staring into a camera. I remember the festival in 2019 and there was a room full of people, hundreds of people, and we were all celebrating supporters, funders, artists, communities just coming together to celebrate what was going to be 2019 festival. And as we closed that, we were thinking about what 2021 might look like. But we could have never imagined what was about to come and how the world has been changed forever. But saying that, we thought very hard, and it was a really huge decision to return back to the city this year. But we felt it was important. We needed to be here. We needed to be here for the place, for Lincoln, for all those creatives and artists, and everyone who celebrates with us on the Frequency journey. So in the next 30 minutes, we're hoping to share a bit of an insight into this year's festival, and I am going to be passing over to Samantha Lindley, but before I do that, it wouldn't be the right start if I wasn't able to kick off this year's Frequency with a message from Darren, Henley, who's the Chief Executive from the Arts Council of England. He's done this message for us. Arts Council have been a pivotal funder right from the beginning of the journey and seen us grow, and Frequency is what it is today with their critical investment. So we're very grateful for that. Frequency is a no barriers festival, and it costs a lot to put on, and it's funders like the Arts Council who make it real. So I'm going to pass over to Darren now.
I'm really pleased to be joining you today as Frequency 2021 launches, and we embark on a journey of digital discovery. This is an exciting year as the festival turns 10 years old. That's 10 years of citywide digital takeovers in non-traditional spaces, with live performances, world premieres and interactive experiences open to all. Quite a remarkable achievement, and one to be very proud of. This is a milestone year for the Arts Council too, as we celebrate our 75th birthday. We're an organisation born out of the optimism of the post-war era to promote culture and creativity for everyone and to help the country recover, and it seems apt to be marking that milestone during a global pandemic. After what has been an incredibly challenging time for us all, it's great to see that festivals like Frequency are bringing people back together, both virtually and in real life. They're a chance to do something creative as a community, to create business partnerships and to instill civic pride. And we're proud to support Frequency as it draws the city's residents and its visitors off their intended path to discover a world of digital, electronic and hybrid art in public spaces, from churches and libraries to gardens and town squares. Frequency is funded through our national portfolio from Threshold Studios, and these regularly funded organisations form the backbone of our investment, helping us support thriving art forms and disciplines right across England, from dance to literature and from museums to libraries. The money we invest comes from the government and from the National Lottery, so as taxpayers and National Lottery players, it's only right that we all enjoy the benefits. So it's great that this year people all over the country will be able to take part in lots of Frequency events digitally, from mindful audioscapes to immersive radio theatre. We know that arts, culture and creativity can play a vital role in a city like Lincoln, and how it can fuel the creative industries across the country. We also know how tough it's been, particularly over the last 18 months, which saw cultural spaces and events having to close their doors because of lockdown. Thankfully, the government stepped in with an unprecedented £2 billion investment in the shape of the Culture Recovery Fund. And thanks to that support, we're pleased to see the return of amazing festivals like Frequency. Thank you, and enjoy the festival.
What an amazing message. Like Uzma said, I'm over here at St Mary the Wigford, which is Lincoln's oldest church, which is where we've presented work numerous times over the years in Frequency's 10-year history. And I've got the amazing job today of being able to talk about the festival programme. So I really have to start from the point of the festival theme. And the festival theme this year is connection. And the theme for this year came out of a listening exercise in Lincoln communities. We wanted to speak to people to understand where, after the last 18 months, or at that point 12 months, where they were, how they were feeling, what they were thinking about. And we heard a number of different responses, but the theme that kept coming through again and again is that people really missed actual connection. That digital had given us an opportunity to kind of bridge a gap, but it still created a divide. And so we knew that with the festival this year, we really wanted to create a festival that welcome people back to the city and form part of that connection, but also created a programme and worked with artists and creativity in a way that worked with people's individual levels of confidence. We've all gone through the same experience, but we've gone through it in a myriad of different ways. So as always with Frequency, we were thinking about putting people first and how we can approach that. And so with this year, we knew that it was a challenge to create a programme that had multiple points of access, but thinking about people's level of confidence as a start, we developed a programme that has online work, that has work that you can do individually, that is things you can go to in small groups, or things that you can come along with slightly larger groups and be involved in something. Also, taking the festival outdoors this year is new for us, but it's given us an opportunity for new collaborations, for street theatre performers working with digital technologies, for improvisational comedy and sketch artists who are now forming part of this digital realm where our work exists. And within the last couple of years, there was a significant challenge, and we were running a 2-year R&D test project called Digital Democracies, which was about the development of digital work for public space and how we could create digital public work that was affordable, that was accessible, that was democratic to audiences, and also utilise digital technologies in a number of different ways, from kind of very basic interventions through to more high-tech interventions. And we were due to launch that project right at the point where the pandemic hit. So as with the festival, we had the conversation about where was the relevancy with this programme, and actually we really felt that there was still a relevancy in this programme, and specifically thinking about as well with festivals and public space being an opportunity to bring people together in the outdoors, to bring people together in spaces that they'd seen every single day through one specific lens, that there was a role that we could play. So Digital Democracy started commissioning and creating work that was thinking about how can we create work at a distance, how can we develop a new connected network of digital practice, and how can we test and expand this with audiences in such an unknown time. So we worked with Brighton Digital Festival and Freedom Festival, and they came on board as part of the project, and we've been able to develop and test a number of different projects over this year that we're really proud to be bringing to Frequency Festival for 2021 as well. So Ithaca 5,000 Miles has toured through Brighton, Hull, and is now coming to Lincoln. Her Story has created a Lincoln edition. Ifatu Niobe will travel from Lincoln to Brighton. And also as well, this programme and partnership with the festival created new diverse commissioning partnerships, such as we hope with the University of Lincoln and Creative Europe, and a raft of international partners that has allowed us to explore and update the idea of the cantor storia, which is an Italian tradition in public spaces that brings together words and song. And this work was inspired by first-hand histories of those experiencing, living and navigating migration and separation. And it celebrates their resilience through visual, sound and voice. And we're really excited to present the premiere of that on Thursday night at 7 o'clock in Cornhill. And also on top of that, we were able to partner with the City of Lincoln and Historic England as part of the Heritage Action Zones. And for the Heritage Action Zone, we're developing a specific commission with artist Tom Buckley for the festival, who we're going to speak to in a little bit. But we also have Simon Boase from Historic England here with us today, just to be able to tell us a little bit more about what Heritage Action Zones are and what they're doing for our cities and spaces. Hi, Simon.
Hi, Sam.
Thank you so much for joining us. I guess I'll start with the question, what is a Heritage Action Zone?
Yeah, so the High Street Heritage Action Zones are 67 places across the country where Historic England is investing in improvement works between now and 2024. So these are specifically high street spaces that contain historic buildings, and obviously we're very happy to be working in Lincoln as part of this. Lincoln, as we know, is not short on historically significant buildings at all, and the south part of the high street where the scheme is focused is really packed with listed properties, so including where you are now, and other important Grade 1 buildings such as the Conduit and St Mary's Guildhall. So the scheme, of course, will focus on funding improvements and renovations in each of these places to historic buildings and other buildings, but also recognises that to create a vibrant and buzzing high street, it's not just about bricks and mortar, but also the communities and businesses who live, work, and the people who visit there as well. And programmes that celebrate the specific culture and the heritage of that space is just as important to creating somewhere that people can be proud of and invested in. So yeah, in partnership with the National Lottery Heritage Fund and Arts Council England, we're also funding ambitious cultural programmes in each place.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. And as part of this programme, you've commissioned Thomas Buckley to create the work for St Mary Le Wigford. So how is it working with other cities as well, you know, in terms of bringing culture and this heritage connection together? What are you seeing as the results of that on high streets?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I think it's been highlighted previously. It's been a really challenging year and a half for cultural organisations nationally. But really at the moment we're seeing these ambitious cultural programmes start to come to life. So I think Thomas's commission there is a really good example of the ways that you can use things like new technology, using existing festivals and programmes to celebrate the culture and heritage of these specific places. So these type of programmes that bring together technology, they look at the past, but in a contemporary way and talk about contemporary issues as well, are really fantastic approaches, we think, and absolutely what we're happy to be investing in. And so I think, Frequency Festival 21 marks the kickoff really for the 3-year cultural programme in Lincoln. And I know there's so many other festivals, exhibitions, artist commissions planned throughout this period, working with partners Threshold Studios as well as City of Lincoln Council as well. So I know throughout this 3 years it's going to be a fantastic programme of events and activities for everyone to take part in.
Yeah, and we're really excited to be the start of it. And I actually I have Tom Buckley with me. So Tom, if you'd like to slide on in seamlessly. We've got Tom with us to talk a little bit about the work, because it's best to hear it from his perspective. So thank you so much, Simon. Thank you for your time, and thank you for bringing this opportunity to Frequency Festival, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing it.
Thank you. So Tom, thank you for sliding in. Beautiful segue. Do you want to tell us about the work that you are creating for the festival?
Yeah, absolutely. So the project is called Repositorium. It's been built in Lincoln over the last week. We've had a great time looking at archives and engaging with local communities, speaking to groups and gathering up some memories. The project is really an example of what happens when you mix technology with some precious and treasured stories from a community. And it's done in a way, I hope, where the technology is not a barrier for people to access. I know a lot of the times I've been to festivals which are really tech heavy, and sometimes I feel quite scared of those, or feel like I come out not knowing exactly.
Having the invitation to touch it, to play, to get involved.
It's about exploring, yeah. So there'll be objects which you'll be really rewarded for interacting with, exploring, and engaging with.
And you've used Lincoln stories as the basis for the work. Why do you think that's important?
Well, we're in Lincoln. I mean, I think it's really important to respond to the area that you're in. Like I say, we've been here for a week building it, so a lot of the materials are from Lincoln. Some of the found objects we've used are already kind of covered in memories. They're from charity shops or given to us secondhand. So it just makes it feel really rich. It's been a real privilege to work with those items and add another level on them with stories.
And the the storytelling is something that runs through your work consistently, isn't it? What is it that draws you to that?
I think it's really important in my work that I balance story and tech. I think tech is one of the greatest tools we have, but it's controlled by so few people and it's not made for everyone. But we can all relate to a childhood memory. We've all been in love. And when you put that story on top of some emergent technology, it's not scary. It feels like you own it. So I think that's why it's really important to use our social histories as an entry point to technology.
Yeah.
I hope that's what the project's doing.
Yeah, and you're not just using technology, are you? You're using a few of the senses, using sight, hearing, and smell.
And smell, yeah. For me, I've noticed that when you use something like smell in a piece of work with technology, smell is a funny one because we actually react to it physically before we even know what it is. Our brain doesn't give us any signals about it, it just releases hormones based on what we smell. So we kind of don't have a choice but to feel something when we engage with smell. So I know whenever in the summer, if I smell cut grass, I'll think of my dad every time.
Yeah.
And I think it's really fun to be able to play with those things when you're trying to almost whisper in someone's ear, trying to tell someone a secret or a little memory. And if you can remind them of what Play-Doh smells like, you'll kind of open them up and you don't have that resistance and they're ready to feel connected.
Yeah. And this work's going to be presented outside St Mary the Wigford, which, as I've mentioned, because it's one of my key festival facts, is the oldest church in Lincoln. You had a look at a couple of different sites, but what's your? Do you feel like a relationship to this place and the place that you're creating the work in?
Yes, it's funny because when I first came up a few weeks ago, it was the leaves hadn't fell and now they've fallen. It feels like I've really got to know the place.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been imagined how this might sit in it. There's so much history here, and I think it just feels so right that we're pulling in some stories that are maybe more contemporary or are not too old, but it's alongside this heritage that's here, and it feels like a line, like a journey that.
Yeah, and it's a living history, isn't it? It's thinking about that archive and the moments that we have now and the moments in our lifetimes and how actually that does form part of our histories, and personal histories are part of that as well, and people are part of place.
Absolutely, and it's also the stories repeat themselves, and that's not bad. That's really lovely.
Yeah.
Actually, there has always been people that have fallen in love. There's always been people who have lost someone. There's always will be, and for me, I think that sometimes helps me really connect to the past. And especially stand like in a building like this, when you can think, well, actually, there's been thousands of people that have probably winked at a soulmate in here.
Yeah. It's a nice thought. It's a really nice thought. And this is your first time coming to Frequency Festival as well, isn't it? So how's that been?
It's been really, really exciting. And I'm so pleased that I've come with the theme of connection, because that's something that I'm really interested in. And I'm really pleased that Frequency has supported my real aim that the new kind of innovation of tech is accessibility. So actually it's not about doing the bells and whistles and, well, it can be, but that's not the headline. The headline is, can we all make someone have a moment and connect to this? And can we all have ownership over this piece of work? And can we all approach it? And Frequency has supported that fully, which has been fantastic.
Yeah, because that's how do we invite people to be part of this? How do they know that it's for them? So the work fits that really well, and I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited. And yeah, thank you, Tom. Thank you. Because I got caught up in your work for a minute. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Tom is part of our programme and will be shown outside St Mary the Wigford Thursday to Sunday. But also, as I was saying, with the festival programme, we thought about different ways to create access points, and we're also really excited as part of our online programme we have Zest Theatre. Zest were part of the 2013 festival at the start of their touring journey as a company, even though they've been making work before, but they brought a piece, Gatecrash, in 2013, which was amazing, and now they created a piece called Monolith, made entirely in lockdown with young people, and they created a short recorded piece for us just to tell you a little bit more about that work.
Hello, I'm Toby from Zest Theatre. We're a national touring theatre company based here in Lincoln that specialises in making work for young people. And in COVID, we've pivoted into a whole range of different art forms, including digital pieces like Monolith that's premiering as part of Frequency Festival. So Monolith was instigated by some of our young people that sit on our youth advisory board, who really wanted us to make something that supported young people's mental health and their well-being during these unprecedented times. And so with that as an initial idea, we commissioned Jenny Daniels to write a script for us for which became Monolith. So Jen, do you want to tell us about that and your process?
Yeah, so after I received the commission for this like 30-minute mindfulness thing to promote young people's mental health, I sort of went back and had a look at what the main things we sort of lost during lockdown were, and coming out of lockdown, what things did we need to find again or sort of reconnect to carry on and move forward. So those two things that I was thinking about were travel, whether that's like in the most basic sense of being able to leave your house whenever you want, or like travel further than like the immediate area, or leave the city or whatever that is. The ability to sort of move freely, and then also the ability to connect with people in sort of a natural or like what we saw as normal way, and like, you know, connect with friends in a way that isn't dominated by heavy things that are going on in the world. And so I took those two things, travel and connection, and tried to find a solution for them in a way that could be like an adventure as well. So Monolith gives you the answer to that, and like it takes you to places that you could never go even before the pandemic, like places beyond this world. But it also introduces you to this person who is beyond anyone you'll ever be able to meet, you know, the otherworldly, beyond dimensions. And it gives you a chance to sort of explore that and live within that sort of existence. And then when I finished the script, I handed it over to Testament to sort of interpret these worlds and ideas and see where that could take it. So I'll pass it over to Testament now.
Yeah, it was really exciting to jump on board, work with Zest for the first time. That was super exciting. And Jenny's script as a sound designer and as a composer, which was my role in the process, is really ambitious and a challenging script for a sound designer, because you've got to go from the everyday to wonderful locations around planet Earth, including under the ocean, the center of the Earth, and then right out to outer space and the cosmos. And I love the script because it's a mystery, and it deals with a lot of stuff that we all deal with, like the negative self-talk that we can all have when we're going through stuff and anxiety and stuff like that. And it speaks to that. So I loved it just reading the script. Like by the time I got to the end, I felt like a little bit better about life. And then my job was to craft these sound worlds that take the listener on an epic journey and make you feel like you are under the ocean, make you feel like you could be in space. So yeah, it's a really exciting project, and I don't think nothing like it's really been done on planet Earth really before, or in the cosmos, I dare to say. So like, it's definitely worth putting your earbuds in and having a good listen.
Yes, if you're ready to take that adventure, then just head to the Frequency Festival website and book your free 30-day pass to go on that adventure and find the Monolith.
Hi, me again, Uzma. Thank you so much, Sam, for telling us a little bit about the programme this year, and to Thomas and also to Zest. There's lots more to look at in the programme. Please do go and check out the website. So, as we heard before from the Arts Council and Darren and from Simon, there's been a couple of partners that have really been on this journey with us from the beginning. And needless to say, the University of Lincoln has absolutely been one of them from the beginning of this journey. It's been a really rich dynamic relationship. We've worked with students, we've worked with graduates, we've worked with volunteers who are our festival hosts and who really welcome people to the city. And I know that as a festival, we have a real reputation for the way that we host people and visitors and audiences to see the work and explore things in interesting ways across the spaces that we work in. And yeah, that relationship has been going on for the whole 10 years and has been a really fruitful one, and we're very grateful for their support and being on that journey. So I'm very proud to introduce now Professor Abigail Woods. She's the Pro-Vice Chancellor for the College of the Arts at the University of Lincoln, who's recorded this message to share with us all today.
The University of Lincoln is really delighted to be supporting the Frequency Festival of Digital Culture. We're really delighted to see such an innovative festival in the city. The university's been supporting Frequency for over 10 years now, since its very beginning, and we've watched it grow and develop as the university has grown and developed. Our partnership with Threshold is really important to us. It exemplifies our commitment to the arts as a mode of creative endeavour that provoke and excite and make meaning out of the world. We're delighted to be supporting one of the projects at the Frequency Festival, We Hope, which brings together the stories of crisis survivors across time and place, and will premiere here before going on tour. Supporting the festival is also part of the University of Lincoln's commitment to place making, to strengthening the bonds that link people and the region and the city. And Frequency's theme of connectivity is especially relevant here in reaffirming those bonds after the really traumatic time that we've all been living through. And finally, Frequency is really great for the University of Lincoln's students. It provides them with opportunities to share their work, to volunteer, and to participate in the sector-leading Radar internship scheme, which has supported over 55 of our graduates since 2011, the vast majority of them going on to really successful, exciting careers in their chosen industry. We're really proud of them and of the 5 interns who have supported this year's Frequency Festival. My message to them is thank you so much and very well done.
It's really been invaluable to be able to gain this experience so early on from graduating.
It was very rewarding to see our work go up online, knowing that I was part of the process from the get-go.
Having the feedback from professionals that have been working with you was so helpful because they've got so much knowledge of the world and experience already. You're going to gain something from that.
It was so fun to work with them as well and not feel like we're shadowing. It felt like a partnership between the opportunity that we had and also the sort of professional work that they were doing as well.
Those films have been needed to go out there and promote Frequency Festival, and to see their creative responses to those briefs have been really satisfying, and see them put some of the things they've learned into practice.
It's a fantastic opportunity for especially someone who's just recently graduated, and it gives you so much confidence to take that into your future career.
And we are so grateful to the university, and you know, you've seen some of those Radar graduates there, and it's been amazing to see their journeys over the 10 years as they go on into their chosen careers, into the creative industries, and also really looking forward to seeing what this year's intake will do as they go on into the world and join the sector that we all so much love. So the University of Lincoln, again, thank you so much. There are so many people at the university to thank. It's very difficult to list them all here, but you are all very precious to us. And thank you those past and present, and hopefully in the future that we will be working with, and hoping to see you all at the festival this year too. So as I was saying before, the partnerships have been so important, and there is also strategic city partnerships that aren't just about resources and funding, but has absolutely been about rolling your sleeves up and making it happen in the city. And I'm really, really delighted on behalf of those partnerships, including Visit Lincoln, Lincoln Big, the Co-op, to invite Simon Walters from the City of Lincoln. Hello, Simon.
Hi, Uzma. Hi, Uzma. How are you?
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today for this very special launch. Yeah, I just wondered if I could ask you to just maybe say a few words on behalf of the city partners first off.
Yeah, thank you. Well, certainly thank you for inviting me to be part of this launch. It's amazing. I've been enthralled by all of the presenters so far and the videos. I think all of the partners involved locally are really proud to support this great cultural event in the city. And we've seen it grow over the years, haven't we? And it's become one of the very significant features in the events calendar for the entire city. The programme, as always, looks diverse, it looks challenging, it looks exciting. And crucially for us, it enables local people and visitors alike to experience something new and something creative. Such free to enter events are so important to us to ensure that it's accessible for everybody, regardless of their circumstance. So we're very much pleased to be part of this.
Brilliant, thank you. And you know, we've always talked, Simon, about, you know, frequency not just being Threshold's event, but actually it's our event, the city's event. And you know, we really welcome people coming on board, and we've been so grateful for all the partners and all the support you've given us so far, and may it continue. And obviously the other thing is, you know, since we arrived in the city, certainly, you know, it's been a decade, 10 years, and there's been so many challenges and obviously a pandemic in the middle of everything, but the city's really gone strength to strength, and you can just see the journey that the place has gone on. There's been so much development and redevelopment, new businesses coming to the place, new communities coming to the place, and really putting Lincoln on the map has been something we've really witnessed as a festival coming into the city of Lincoln. So for yourselves, how does Frequency support the city's ambitions for the future?
I think in a nutshell, it's crucial to us. The programme for Frequency Festival really resonates well with the city's aspirations, as you say, Uzma. We continue to grow exceptionally quickly, actually, one of the quickest growing areas in the East Midlands. And that's particularly fuelled by the higher education, further education sectors, in science and innovation, and in the wider digital and creative sectors. So absolutely key sectors for us moving forward. And creativity is very much at the heart of our regeneration plans for the city. And we've got schemes already well developed to regenerate a whole range of cultural buildings in the city centre itself. And Simon Boase touched on those a little bit earlier on today. For us, the Towns Fund, the Heritage Action Zone funding, they will concentrate on completely transforming 6 landmark buildings in the city centre, all of them having a cultural and creative element to them. Lincoln, it's an exciting place to be with so much creative talent on offer locally, and we do see Frequency Festival as that vital platform for igniting the confidence and aspiration amongst local creatives. For us, it forms a bedrock of our journey as a city towards a cultural compact for the area.
Thank you so much, Simon. And, you know, it's been such a privilege and an honour to be on this journey. And we feel really proud to be part of what's happening in the city. Certainly when I remember 2011, when we did the first ever Frequency Festival, there were some people in the sector saying, oh, you're doing something in Lincoln, like why Lincoln, where's Lincoln, where do you get to Lincoln? And we would always say to people, just come, if you come you'll get it. And when they did, they literally were like, yes, we get it, we understand now, this is really a special place and it's a very special festival. So thank you so much. Is there any final message you wanted to share before we let you go on to your busy day?
I'd only say I'd encourage everybody to come and enjoy the full range of the experiences on offer. I'm really excited to come and look at them, and I've etched some time out of my diary over the next few days, Uzma, to come along and look at some of this. I mean, the festival, as you know, it continues to challenge and experiment. It is a truly unique opportunity, and it's one not to be missed. So my message is simple to everybody: come and enjoy it. Come and enjoy the city. Come and enjoy the festival.
Thank you so much, Simon. I'll let you get on with the rest of your day. See you soon. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Brilliant. So we're coming to the end of this live stream very, very soon. Thank you everyone who's joined in, and hopefully we've given you a bit of a flavour. I'm really hoping that Sam is going to just join me for this last moment over from Mary Lou Wigford. Hi, Sam.
Hi, I'm still here.
Good, thank you. Obviously, on behalf of myself and Sam and the whole Threshold team, we just want to thank everybody. And a lot of you are there listening in today. We couldn't name everybody, you know, people from the past, artists, collaborators, supporters, volunteers, you have all been the ones that have got us here today, and we are so, from the bottom of our hearts, really, really thankful. I do need to mention as well, actually, before I forget, the Centre for Cultural Creativity and Mosaic here, and of course Mary Lou Wigford, for helping us make this live stream happen, because we couldn't do a VIP reception and get everybody over, but we really, really wanted to connect with everybody and mark the moment of our 10th anniversary as we go into the festival this year. Certainly the last 10 years, Sam, you and I have had lots of chats about the journey of discovery we've all had, and as an organisation, as Threshold, what we care about is digital technology that creates space for change, and that power of creativity, diversity and technology in its harmony to kind of shape a more democratic, engaged and inclusive society. So for us, Frequency is really special, isn't it?
Yeah, massively. It's been 10 years of our lives that we've been doing it, and I think there's always been a thing as well about what digital means that has been exacerbated over the last year. For a lot of people, digital became a means of communication. It became a back-end organisational system. But what Frequency's relationship to digital is, digital's allows us to create an expansion of culture. It allows us to create new access points and new ways to play, and that collaboration between artist or technologist or technology and space to consistently create something that people haven't seen before or seen in their place before, or something that can transform your day-to-day experience. That's what kind of digital culture has been ingrained with us, of making that democratic opportunity. And I think, we keep listing people that we're really grateful to, and we are really grateful to it, because Lincoln's been an amazing city to run a festival in. There's such a can-do attitude, and then because we're here every 2 years, we get that opportunity to see the city change. We get that opportunity to see the way artists are using technology changing. But there's just such a good vibe in the city to get something done, or to make things happen. And that's really one of the things that's so special about the place, and it's a beautiful city as well. So I'm so pro Lincoln, so pro digital. So thank you to
Lincoln, in case people hadn't noticed. Yeah, and we're about to come to the end of this live stream now. We've run a little bit over. I'm sorry, folks. I hope people are still here. We would like to just end on a short kind of microfilm, just kind of reflecting on those 10 years, and hope you'll see us out on that for this live stream today. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing people in Lincoln, online, getting involved. And here's to another 10 years. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you very soon.